Yo boys, back with another video. Today we're doing a sub rogue video, and so this is actually this was gonna be a good video, and it turned out to just be, you know, I hopped on sub and I thought the new build would be fun, and it's just another wannabe tech build. And for me, sub is no longer a spec that I enjoy playing anymore. It's based around tech, and for me, it's just these games are rusty. So these games are obviously, very bad on my end, but just being able to play and coming back to this spec, as you can see, my guy actually one-shotted the shaman because he didn't use a single cooldown. I assume he was in PvE gear. But personally, I really don't have fun playing sub anymore. I think it's mainly because it's based around tech and it's no longer the good old-fashioned feeling where it was curing into eviscerates. Now you'll randomly hit like a 70k eviscerate, but other than that, it's not really based on, anything else but cool blood and technique. If your cool blood and technique don't crit, then you basically lose the game. Basically, somebody that's clicking their burst will instantaneously just do double, triple, quadruple your burst. So really doing all the setup is just really, to me, not really worth it. It's like, meh. I'd rather just play assassin, be able to chill, lay back, and maybe like play another class and go through all that stuff. But until they really change sub to where it's back to where it's not based around tech, to me, I just don't like tech. That's just me, though. I hate playing tech. I think tech is the most boring. It's doing everything for you, and I hate that. I hate, stuff playing for me. I like outplaying players. Technique is this ability that you click, it does everything for you, and it's not fun. But, that's basically what I'm gonna be saying. Honestly, I've never been at a point where I didn't want to actually like play it. Like I really only played this to because I said in my last video that I'd hop on and do a sub rogue, and this build will still be in the description. So if you want to check out the build's fairly good. So like if you play real games, like if you play with a mage that can just bust, or like a arcane mage or an MM hunter or a disc priest that can pump, like if you play something real and you get solid CC, the damage is solid. But if you're looking to learn, it's just not gonna be fun. You're gonna pop your damage, they're gonna click one defensive cooldown, and then you're gonna realize that, your entire burst, you're gonna have to wait another 3 minutes before you're doing anything. Because it's still based around, you do damage, don't get me wrong, but you're not gonna be doing burst damage. There's no sub build right now, unless you're facing something leather that does burst dam. So like if you're facing another rogue, yeah, it does huge burst dam. But if you're facing something like a regular class, or if they have a cooldown for it, like if they dome it or if they PS it, your entire go is done. That's it. You will not be able to kill anything. So we end up actually just full CCing here and actually killing. So I think Rogue is still good. Like solo queue, this build is definitely, pretty god tier because you're able to 150 people. You're not able to kill them, but if you have a good teammate, which usually at higher CR you do, so if you're playing with the meta class and you are CCing the healer and then you go off and you do your echo, and you can basically 150 somebody like guaranteed. So it's like it's definitely a guarantee 150. And then if you have a good teammate, they're just gonna 50-0 them. So it's a really good build. So don't get me wrong, it is definitely a good build. But it's only really good like the burst. When I'm talking burst damage, it is only good versus leather. Like if you try it versus a plate, it's not gonna work. So this guy, he tries to do it on me. I think he's using a different type of burst. I actually end up holding my trinket. That's how good I am. Like usually, I end up DR-king him because I didn't care. Like for some reason, I felt more depressed playing sub than I ever have playing Dragonflight. I don't know why. Maybe like I'm trying to think because there's like maybe another reason. Maybe like the game has been like it's been teaching me that setup comps are no longer in the game. Like they don't care about it. So like maybe it's like my mindset has changed where now I just want to get on, just wait in a 20-minute queue and then just chill. Maybe like I'm past that all setup, outplaying people. I don't really care anymore. Like obviously outplaying is like in my nature. I can automatically do that, but you know for like when I'm facing good players, but like when I'm just chilling, I don't really care enough to actually try or anything. But yeah, this is basically the first video that I've posted that I've actually felt like forced posting because I didn't really care. As you can see, I didn't even have my trinket on my bars. I had bought a whole new trinket, still didn't even put it on, didn't even notice. So, that works out for us. And pretty much, I mean the build's good, don't get me wrong. The build's like if you wanna play this build, I ended up switching it in between because I just didn't to me it was just annoying. It was annoying having two abilities because I have them in the same area, and for me it's like I never had them keybinded anywhere else, so it's like I can never get used to it. And I'm not gonna hold like I don't play sub anymore unless I'm doing, um carries or if I'm doing content for sub. Like I do not log on sub. I think sub is like I said, I think it's boring. It's just not. If you want to try really hard for no reason, and you want to be that guy to basically try while everyone else can backpedal and one shot you, you go ahead. But I'm just gonna be honest. Just play assassination. Trust me, you'll have 10 times the fun. You won't be, you'll get invited to groups. You're not gonna be getting kicked from, twos and all that good stuff. Overall, assassination's just better. Sub is no longer a spec unless you're getting carried by a mage or a MM hunter, or like if you're really good playing with a priest, it can still work out. Don't get me wrong. But the average sub rogue player is going to be hard stuck 1500 as sub, because if you don't get the specific setup or you don't get the specific setups that you need, you will not do any damage ever. It won't matter if you click your burst. Like here, this guy's spamming ice lances and he's already got me to 20% and three, ice lances with all instant cast. While meanwhile, we just did a whole setup and we couldn't get him to 80%. So like as you can see, it's that type of things that every other class can do that. It's not just like one class or two class, it's every single class. Like assassination, you pop your death mark, you get them like that. It's just simple. It's very easy. You can enjoy the game. Obviously, it's not really enjoy, quote unquote. You can't really enjoy the game right now in the current state, but you can try. If you're off the good old beanstack, you can have a pretty good time. But personally, I keep saying personally because I know a lot of people are gonna be like super butthurt because that's just how my viewers are usually when I have a opinion about something that they disagree about, which is I don't really care. I actually like seeing the comments and stuff. But yeah, I just posted these videos. I honestly wasn't even gonna post, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna post it. Might as well just do the voiceover, get it up there, have people at least see the new build. Or it's not even a new build; it's been out there. Like this build has been used the entire time. Like this is nothing new. It's legit just using Echo. Like you just have Echo in the build. I've already actually tried this build out. Like I've already tried it. I thought it was a whole new build. That's why I was like excited for because I had Pace saying they were hitting for like 200k, 100k techs, and yes, you get those rare techs like the build I'm running right now without Echo. You'd hit a random rare, and I'm talking about they had to be leather and they need to be under like playing at like 1500 to hit those. Or if you get like a lucky, mage and you just hit, it's just lucky. That's all it comes down to. You'll never hit a consistent like 100k with your burst. It's just not gonna happen. But yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna be sticking to assassination. Now, let's say they do in the future buff sub and they nerf tech. So like, let's say they buff eviscerate damage and they nerf tech, and it goes back to like Shadowlands Rogue, to where like it's about you do burst damage, but you don't do damage overall. Like on your Echo, you do that, 100 to 30 dam, and then on your burst, like I said, if they have zero cooldowns and you have your full burst, they should die in a kidney or in a shadowy duel every single time, guaranteed. Any class, any spec, doesn't unless it's a tank. Now, if it's a tank, obviously it is what it is. But if they have zero cooldowns, they should die. That's me. Any other class would agree the same thing. If they click every cooldown on somebody that doesn't have any cooldowns, they die. But it only comes down to when it's a rogue and they shadowy duel, then they get butthurt about it. Because you get every cooldown without you clicking a single button, and then they die in a shadowy duel, and then they complain. Which that'll never happen again. Sub rogue will never be the meta. And if it is, it'll get nerfed in a week. Sub rogue's a spec, it's basically like Sub Rogue is a spec where people will complain about it, and it will get nerfed in a week. Now, when other specs like Warlocks were broken season 4 and season 3 and season 4 Shadowlands, they didn't get nerfed the entire season. It took almost a year plus for it to get touched. And even then, even the start into Dragonflight, it was still already broken. Like locks have been broken the entire expansion. Everything has been nerfed other than locks. Locks have not been touched the entire expansion. Like that's what I'm talking about. They favorite certain classes, no matter what. So like sub will never be good. So like if you guys have hope in sub being the meta, it will not be the meta. It's people are like too like too at the point to where they just they complain too much and Blizzard will go over to them and go cut on them up and give them whatever they want. But here I actually ended up killing this guy surprisingly. I killed him through turtle. I guess he got really cocky and I ended up just killing him right here. I got an instant proc and I instantaneously ended up killing him. So it was a very that was a good kill right there. The first time ever. That was the first time I killed somebody in the duel that entire time. I never killed one person other than that guy right there, and I got really lucky because he forgot the turtle until like 5%. But like I said, I won't be playing sub now. Maybe in RBGs, like if I'm trying to cap a base. But overall, I think sub is awful. I think it's boring. Now I don't think it's awful. Awful as in it's not playable. It's definitely playable. Like it's definitely good. Like if you want to play this build, you definitely can. But for me personally, I don't like the build. I think it's for like 1400 players. You just click tech and you win. Boring. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace.